Hello, everyone. I'm doing a Squid Lab now. So I clear my screen and whatever I've done in previous lab. So basically a Squid Lab, first of all, is asking you, so I do CD. So is asking you to install Squid. So app get install Squid. So a Squid configuration is gonna be under etc squid.conf, but it's very long configuration. So nano etc squid.conf file. So here, as I said, you can use Control W to search, Control W. So you see that search is going to be enabled here. Now you can search for HTTP_port. So one we have here, then you press again Control W and enter. Control W, enter. So it will show you the next HTTP port. Control W, enter. Control W, enter. So you continue until we reach to the default port, which is 3128 here. So you will change this one to 8.8.8.8. That's the first step on the document. So basically, step 2 is asking to change the default port, okay? And then under this document again, is asking to look for cache underline directory. So Control W, cache underline dir. That's the first one. Second one, third one. We continue until we reach the section that has some samples. So Control W, enter until I think should be somewhere with spool and so I'm just looking for that part. Should be somewhere maybe here. I just scroll down a little. So I couldn't figure out where it is. So we continue until we reach that part. Okay, swap file, cache directory. That's formac. Okay. Usage. Okay. And another usage here. I think we missed maybe some part. Okay. Oh yeah, it's here. Uncomment and adjust the following add to disk cache directory. So it's asking you to uncomment this section. As a spool squid that adjusting your disk cache directory. Okay. So yeah, there's two configuration for this step, and then save it, and then systemctl restart squid. Sorry, restart squid. So if you don't have any error, that should be okay. So because this file is a little large, then it takes time. So after this step, step 4 is asking you to open the browser now. So I'm just waiting for the response of this step. Should be ready, okay? So there you go. So then you can open the browser. So I don't need this one. So here, open your browser. So your browser does have a proxy setting. So if you go under setting and type proxy here, search for proxy. Then under network settings, there's some proxy settings. So we're gonna set this one manual. So 127.0.0.1, that's localhost, right? So then what port did you set? 8888 for a Squid. And you use for HTTPS as well. So HTTPS, both of them are used. Most of the websites are HTTPS. That's why I put this one as well. So click OK. And now your proxy has been set. So if you go to google.com, okay, you see google.com, right? So now let's look at the logs. So step 5 is asking you tail-f, that's end of file, var log squid, and then access log. Look, now I have google.com. So if I go, for example, to yahoo.com, for example, look, it will generate some logs here and will show up what site I am going. If I go to my website also, halabi.ca, you should be able to see some logs here. Look, it 200 means okay. So we see the logs here. Then we reach to another step here is, I'm gonna open new tab here. Yeah, this one clear. So another one is asking you to go to a nano. Oh, I make this user as sudo-s, then nano etc squid.conf. So that file that we changed recently. So we are, if you search Control W for safe underline ports is here, right? So add something here, ACL. We want to work with ACL now. So I want to say ACL Talibi dot, that the name of ACL is Talibi. So destination domain is talibi.ca, like this. And I'm saying HTTP underline access deny this website. So basically this ACL, now with this ACL, we are denying this website. So let's Control X again, restart our system, or you can say service squid restart. Okay. So I'm waiting for restarting this page, but previous page, we were looking at logs like tail-f. I didn't close this page, so still I have that page. I'm waiting for this to be restarted. It's gonna be in a few seconds. Yeah, there you go. So now if I open talibi.ca, the proxy server is refusing. Let's look at the logs. So here it's showing that you want to reach to talibi.ca and is denied. So this is one of your screenshots for a step 2 as a skill, a Squid ACL. And basically a step 2 is asking for reaching that website. So you're reaching this way, and a step 3 is asking for logs that you should receive this page. So then is asking again. So we have another, maybe, so I'm gonna open again nano etc squid.conf. So we should go and add, locate this part. So So step one is asking you to locate NCSA file. Basically, NCSA file is located under user library Squid, Squid basic under NCSA authentication. So if you go to your step two is asking nano to that file. So I'm nanoing to that file, and we should add authentication prompt. So what we can do, we can go under this file and find uh, save port first, or first we can authentication from, here we have authentication from the next one. Oops, I made a mistake. Uh, Something happens that you uncomment one section, so we should be very cautious when you're doing with this file. So here are some example how you can do authentication prompt. So what I want to do a basic authentication prompt. So for example, I am gonna use one of these lines. So like this one maybe. So you see that authentication prompt basic. So or program was the best one, the first one, like this one. You can uncomment this one, but I did this one. So I'm gonna change from here. So basically we have user, library, Squid, and then we have basic NCSA authentication. So I'm gonna show you why we chose this path. And then etc Squid password is the password that we are creating in the next step. Okay, so basically we want to add one level of authentication during when the users want to reach the internet. So this is one line that we added here. The other one that I want to add is this one. So I'm gonna again Control W and then right here uh, save underline port. So underline here. So then add this line ACL authenticated. So that's name of ACL proxy underline authentication. So required, okay, and HTTP underline access allow authenticated. So I'm authenticating this request. Basically, it is required to do the proxy authentication. What it says, it's required to do a proxy authentication. So one thing that I want to show you here, first, how we got that NCSA authentication file. Basically, you can locate that file. Look, locate NCSA authentication file. So it says that I don't have a locate. So you can install locate. Then you can look for that file. So locate. There isn't anything, but you can update the database. So its indexing file should be updated. So if you write update DB, it's going to update that indexing. So now look, locate NCSA authentication. Look, it will tell you that, okay, it is under user lib squid this pass. That's why we put that one as a one of the parameter under squid conf file. So I haven't created the password file. So I'm gonna htpasswd dash create etc squid and then password. I put the username as Hamid, so now you can put your password, for example, 123456, 123456. So then it added for user Hamid. So now you can do service, restart, squid, sorry, service, squid restart, or systemctl restart squid. Both of them are correct. Restart. I'm doing usually with service squid restart. So now we open the browser. Okay, so let's wait for restarting this service. Oh, I got the error. So let's look at the error. Which line we have the error? So if I paste this one, oh, we have Nginx service is running. Uh, okay. So yeah. So basically, you should service Nginx stop. Okay. And then service Apache 2 start, because part of this module that I am using HT password is using Apache 2. So that was a very good error because now if you want to, let me see that what error, what page that we are getting error. Um, so service Apache 2 status is running. Okay. So if I wanna do, okay, journal CTL. So let me see that which one we have error again. If we have a typo somewhere, I wanna be sure that we don't have any error. Oh yeah, here, look. It's saying that, okay, unrecognized basic parameter user lib squid invalid ACL authenticated proxy. Okay, that file, it seems that it has error. So I'm gonna go to, yeah, as I said, there is like error here. Maybe on this file, nano etc squid. So I'm gonna search for safe underline ports or safe underline port. So look at this one. Maybe I have type or something. ACL authenticated proxy underline authentication required. So that part is, I think it's correct. Maybe I have typo authenticated. Indicated is correct. And HTTP access also is correct. What about that part that I put it authentication prompt? Maybe I have some issue. Yeah, maybe that part. Because this one seems to be okay. Also, I can't comment this section if there is like a problem between. So I'm gonna check the previous one, authentication on the lamp prompt. So search for that line that I have changed. So it's here. So authentication from basic, oh, I missed program user line. Okay, that's now should be okay. Okay, then service squid restart. Yeah, it's restarted. And now if I open any website like google.com, look, I have a proxy here. It's asking for user and password. So if I put my user and password, then I am able to reach any website. So that's your user and password. So then did I forget user and password? So maybe I need to redo that line also. I'm going to change the username. So here I put, for example, John. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then also restart this Squid server. Maybe there is like a conflict between the users that I have during the previous lab, because I use also under Apache this user Hamid. So then I change this user Hamid to John here. Maybe that works for you guys if you're using labs. You got this error. So I close everything. Like if you close my browser, open my browser again. So then it asks for user and password, John 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. So if I put google.com, now I'm able to reach to google.com. Also, you see that here also I have logged. So like is asking for user and password, and then I reach to google.com. So basically that's lab of Squid, and I will see you on the next lab.